Hi, you may not know me yet, so let me introduce myself. My name is Jay, and I used to do Call of Duty Zombies content on YouTube during 2016 to 2018, after which I stopped to focus on my career. Since then, I've gotten a career in the games industry, more specifically as a game designer, and I have been one for nearly 6 years now. Throughout those years, I've learned and grown as a designer, but I was unfortunately affected by layoffs in March of this year. Since then, I've been working on my own indie game as the role of game director and lead designer. I've decided to come back to the Zombies YouTube scene to bring the perspective of a game designer to the table. In this new channel, I'm hoping to help the community explore, understand, and analyze certain mechanics or decisions through both the player lens and the game designer lens. Now, I should mention that I am not affiliated in any way with Activision, Treyarch, or anything related to Call of Duty. I'm simply going to be exploring and analyzing based on my years of experience as a game designer, and I hope to make you, the viewer, understand more about how certain mechanics have come to be. Before getting into the actual video, I do want to mention a quick disclaimer. So I've asked on Twitter for people to tell me what they don't like about the current mechanics of Black Ops 6 Zombies, and some of the replies mentioned to just remove them. Now, from the eyes of a designer, simply getting rid of the problem is not the way to go in most cases. So instead, I'm going to propose a solution on how we can improve on those mechanics to fix them, rather than just remove them. I'm also doing this because, from what we know about Black Ops 7 Zombies currently, the Black Ops 6 gobble gums will carry forward, which would include gums that help with salvage, support weapons, rarities, and such. That is to say, there are a lot of different systems in modern zombies, and I will not be touching all of them in this video. If there is a system I didn't talk about that you'd like to see me cover, let me know down in the comments. Now, this is a brand new channel, and if you want to see more of my content, please be sure to subscribe, like, and drop a comment down below with your thoughts on my proposed solutions. Without further ado, let's begin by looking at a mechanic I've seen talked about a lot on social media. Armor in zombies has had an evolution. Back in World at War and Black Ops 1, the closest thing you could have to armor was Juggernaut. But the zombie AI was tuned to compensate for this kind of system back then. With Black Ops 2, we got the introduction of the Zombie Shield. Find 3 parts scattered around a map, with each parts having multiple spawn location, then find a workbench and craft the shield. The Zombie Shield would protect your back while stowed away, or protect your front while equipped, while also allowing for an empowered melee attack at the cost of shield health. Or, in some cases, unique mechanics like the Spectral Shield in Blood of the Dead. While it was only available in Transit, Mob of the Dead, and Origins, it ended up becoming a staple for Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4. However, Black Ops 4 Zombies did change the formula slightly by making you spend points to repair your shield or to acquire a new one after the previous one broke, with the cost increasing every time you purchased a repair. Then, we got a major overhaul to the system with Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. The decision to replace the craftable shield with an armor system that was more streamlined to focus on gameplay was likely to encourage casual and new players to try out zombies and not have to look up a guide on finding shield parts to ensure better odds of survival. The Cold War system worked by spawning you with no armor, then either crafting a level 1 armor by spending salvage at an armor station, or finding an armor vest on the ground dropped by zombies. From there, you needed to spend regular and high-end salvage to obtain a level 2 and 3 armor, once again from the armor station. Armor worked by mitigating damage you would take from hits while taking away armor health. You were able to repair your armor by collecting armor plates on the ground, which would instantly heal your armor health up. That said, Cold War Zombies had a more aggressive zombie AI, so being protected from all angles definitely helped in terms of survival, and you could tell that this mechanic was designed to work in tandem with the increased zombies AI aggressivity. Then, we got Black Ops 6. With Black Ops 6, they changed the system in a few ways. Some for the better, and some for the worst in the eyes of the community. First, you now start with a level 1 armor, and the level 2 and 3 armor upgrades are now wall buys. This allowed you to focus the salvage you earned towards other things, like ammo mods, equipment, support weapons, or rarities. While this was seen as a mostly positive change from the community, another big change to the system was seen as a more annoying change. And that is manual armor plating. This mechanic, along with some other mechanics in modern zombies, is commonly referred to as the Warzonification of zombies by the community, implementing some mechanics from Warzone in zombies to cater to the Warzone audience and entice them to play zombies. The Black Ops 6 armor system is definitely a mixed bag of emotions when it comes to community sentiment. So how can we improve on it without completely removing it? The first thing I'd like to propose is a visual change to the armor, or as people were calling it on social media, zombifying the armor. The current idea I have would be to change the armor plates to be replaced with ether energy orbs that can be dropped by zombies on the ground. They would look visually different and might make sense with the story, seeing how our characters seemed to be getting their energy stolen in some way in the snippets of the intro cutscene for the launch map of Black Ops 7 that we've seen so far. Other changes would include making armor automatically apply to armor health when picked up like Cold War Zombies did. Armor quote-unquote plates are no longer craftable from the crafting bench, because let's be honest, not a lot of people crafted those, but perhaps Treyarch has some data that indicates otherwise. Armor would be renamed to Ether Energy, or just Energy for short. You would no longer start the game with level 1 energy. Rather, each map would have 4 energy canisters around the map, further than the starting areas, similar to how the shovels worked on Origins or the Tomb. For simplicity, they would need to have some kind of highlight that would make them noticeable if you are looking at them, which could be disabled in these settings but is enabled by default. Picking up a canister would give you level 1 energy, while level 2 and 3 would remain as wall buys, but would be more expensive if level 1 has not been yet acquired. This is my solution to improve the current state of the armor system while taking into feedback I've heard on social media and from friends. Do let me know whether you agree or not in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts.
Post-editing Jay here, I decided to publish this first part first, and I will be publishing every part individually. Then I'm going to be publishing a video that's going to be the compilation of all parts together as one big video essay. So, I apologize if this ending is a bit cut short, but I hope you'll be subscribing and commenting down below what you thought about this video. And I hope to see you all very, very soon for the next parts, where I'll be covering systems like the point system, salvage, weapon rarities, and so much more. See you there.